It's very likely you know, work, or love someone who has diabetes, and for some, living with a stigma can be as harmful as the condition itself, and a new film and survey from Abbott reveals its real impact. And here to share more is Dr. Susan Guzman. Good morning, Dr. Guzman. How are you?
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. I think it's an important subject for people to learn more about. So could you tell us a little bit more about this initiative?
Yeah, Abbott's powerful Above the Bias film, which you can see at abovebias.com, is really about helping people see the world of diabetes from the perspective of somebody living with it and experiencing the stigma of diabetes. We know that stigma is pervasive, and yet it's largely an unrecognized societal issue. From Abbott's survey, we learned that 70% of people who have diabetes believe there's a stigma associated with it, and 75% say they've experienced an unwanted comment about their eating, physical activity, or some other aspect of their management. We want to get rid of these biases as a way to have people feel better understood and able to get the care they need.
Could you possibly expand a little bit more on that to share with our viewers?
Yes, these experiences often result in the experience of shame. And we know that shame serves as a barrier to seeking effective diabetes care. And that's why this Abbott's Above the Bias initiative is so important, that biases and prejudices and misconceptions and stereotypes, they all can add to the reluctance that people experience. And from Abbott's survey, they found that 40% of people actually skipped a healthcare appointment due to stigma. And 25% of people were reluctant to share their diagnosis with even family and friends.
Yeah, but do you have any examples of diabetes bias that you've maybe seen yourself or heard about?
Yeah, the most common one that we hear about is actually blaming people for having diabetes as if it's self-inflicted. This ignores the important component of genetics and things that are beyond our influence. Other ways that stigma may show up is social exclusion, where people may not be invited to things for lack of knowledge about what people can eat or not eat. And sometimes in just personal interactions, people may hear insensitive comments like, "Should you be eating that?"
Right. How can we make people living with diabetes feel more supported, and how can we ourselves be better advocates for them?
It's important to recognize that we have these biases and to show up with empathy for people living with diabetes. We all have an important role in dismantling the stigma of diabetes by self-reflection and taking action. And one of the first things I always suggest is start with yourself. Be aware that we all have unconscious biases, and there are common ways that blame and judgment can show up in how we talk about and with people with diabetes. Have the courage to call it out if you hear stigma, either at work or in your home or on social media. And be curious, learn the real facts about diabetes. And if you have people in your life who live with diabetes, ask what you can do to be supportive. And I really encourage people to watch the Above the Bias film and share it with their friends, because it really helps people understand the impact that stigma can have.
Apart from the film itself, how can people at home learn more about this initiative and educate themselves a little more?
Yeah, Abbott created this great website that has the film, but also has other information about the initiative. You just go to abovebias.com.
Thank you so much for helping spread awareness and sharing your insight on this topic, Dr. Guzman.
Thank you.
Guys, if you want to learn more information about any of this that we've spoken about this morning, all you need to do is go to abovebias.com.